Hello, everyone, and thank you for attending today's webinar. We welcome you from our MurCal home office here in Palmdale, California. As an elite integrator, our focus is to cure what ails our customers. We saw a move to displays that needed configured from the ground up. We were excited to be able to find an elegant solution for this problem that many of our customers would face, resulting in the SmartCommand software we'll be discussing today. As many of you may know, I am Jessica Iarusi, Head of Operations here at MurCal. I'd like to introduce our presenters today. Kyle has been with MurCal for over 9 years and has completed over 900 projects for our customers. He will be available for technical questions via email through our customer service team at sales@murcal.com. Kyle has been an asset to our engineering team and has always come through on the odd or never been done projects my team has brought him. Kyle Partridge, also known as KP, is one of our newest teammates. He came to us with 7 years of experience working with industrial user interface applications. He's proven to be exemplary with his graphic design and user interface user experience. There will be an email recorded version of this webinar that is available through email at sales@murcal.com, and it's also available at our website, murcal.com. Don't forget to connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn for news, new releases, and helpful tips. I'd like to thank everyone for being here. I'm going to turn this over to KP to get us started on our SmartCommand webinar.
Hello, everyone. My name is KP. I am a UX UI designer for MurCal. I will be introducing and going over with you today the SmartCommand software that we have developed. Myself, Kyle Bruneau, and the rest of the MurCal team developed this software specifically for the Murphy by Innovation Controls PowerView display line. This plug-and-play solution is meant to quickly help you set up and start navigating and controlling and monitoring your engine. The things that we will be going over today is what exactly is SmartCommand, how you can set it up with your engine, how to be able to customize the display and the controls for your monitoring needs, other settings and features that help operate the system, and then at the end, Q&A for any questions that come out of this presentation. So what is SmartCommand? So when we say it's built for you, we mean that. We took several reviews, several comments. We listened to our customers to help develop something based around their needs. What we found was that a lot of our customers were interested in the Murphy display line, but found it difficult at times to get set up, along with designing and developing software for the glass touch front displays that have no software included on them. Even PowerVision, which you can get to develop software for these displays, has a high learning curve. So we created this in a way to help you with that process. So how we did this was we focused during the development and the design on 4 key factors. We focused on affordability, easeability, flexibility, and configurability. So affordability, that's actually how we are reducing the cost for you by taking on the cost of the design and the development. The easeability comes in the configuration itself, both the setup wizard that we created, along with the other controls and navigations through the display. The flexibility comes through all the support that we offer for different engine manufacturers and all the different data points as well that you can access. And configurability, that's being able to truly set this standard display to be a custom piece for your monitoring needs. So what type of applications and solutions is this good for? Honestly, it's good for anything from engine repowers to new engine setups. Support for both J1939 networks to NEMA 2000 output allows this application to be used for both land and sea. The 250 kbps to 500 kbps allows us to also run the applications in both on-highway and off-highway, so stationary and mobile applications as well. We also support Tier 4 final engines in this configuration, along with a few other emission tiers. So we're really trying to be able to allow you to set up with the engine that you choose. So a few different type of applications you can run this on: wood chippers, fire engines for their pumps and ladder controls, agricultural equipment, whether it's harvesters or tree shakers. You also have marine applications like tugboats and ferries, and also city transportation applications like buses. So let's take a look at the plug and play setup. So like I had mentioned before, we wanted to make this as simple as possible when it came to the setup. So we created a setup wizard to configure the display to work with your engine. Let's take a look at how this is done. So first, we need to choose the type of application. We have two types. We have industrial and marine, and these two help to set up kind of the configuration for your display. So we'll choose industrial. Next, we're going to choose the engine manufacturer. And here you can see the list of engine manufacturers that we have to offer. Let's choose a John Deere. Next, we need to choose the system voltage, 12 VDC for this case, and the engine's emissions tier. As you can see, the various emission tiers that we support, and we're going to choose Tier 4 for this application. Once you go through and select your settings, it's going to give you a confirmation screen where you can review your choices. If you need to make some edits, just click the edit button and it will take you through the process to make your edits. So we'll confirm this, and that will take you directly to your main gauge cluster page. Along with the main gauge cluster page, we have secondary gauge clusters as well. We have 2 pages of this. This will afford you the ability to do more configuration customizations for your data points. So let's talk about the actual interface itself, monitoring and controlling, and how you can customize this display. So SmartCommand's configurable gauges let you choose exactly how you want to monitor your engine. So there's at least 11 configuration on this screen, and there's 7 different zones. Let's take a look at those zones on the main gauge cluster. So we have zone 1 with 3 data points you can configure, zone 2 with also 3, zone 3 which has 2 configurable data points, either a slider or a bar gauge. You also have zone 4, which is 4 different points, zone 5, which contains 1, along with zone 6, which is 1, and zone 7, which is also 1 configurable point. Now we group these different zones based off of what can be configured. So in zone 1, in this section, you can see there are 53 different data points that you can choose from that you can monitor. Zone 2 has a total of 6 different options that you can choose from. Zone 3 has 4 different options. And Zone 1 is, of course, where you can choose between your engine speed and vehicle speed. Now, as for the secondary gauge clusters, we have 2 zones. So the 6 gauges up here are Zone 1, and the 2 gauges down here are Zone 2. Again, same options that you can choose from. Zone 1 has the total of 53 different options to choose from, along with Zone 2, which has the 6. So let's take a look at how we can actually change one of these. Let's focus here on the depth level. We want to change it to hydraulic oil pressure. So on this particular display, the 500, which is a glass touch, just touch anywhere on the screen and it's going to pull up your quick access menu. From there, we can access the main menu where the gauge configuration for your screens is located. Now, we offer a passcode system to access different parts of the menu. There are 3 different levels, and in the user manual, we actually have the passcodes for those different levels. So let's go ahead and access our main menu. So simple menu system with the ability to scroll down for more options. Let's look at gauge configuration. And our gauge is on the main gauge page. So let's go ahead and click on that. And what we're looking to change is that slider, the depth level slider there. So slider gauge 1. And here you can see it loads all those options, since that zone had several different options that we can choose from. Let's choose the hydraulic oil pressure. Let's see, where was that? Here we go. So as you can see now, it has been changed to hydraulic oil pressure. So let's move on to the quick access menu. The quick access menu was created in a way to help speed things along, things that needed to be accessed more regularly or more quickly. For instance, like warning messages, also your tier 4 controls. We also added trip information, service reminders, day-night mode, and access to cameras if they're available for the display. So let's take a look at these. So click again anywhere on the screen to pull up your quick menu. And day and night mode gives us the option to increase the brightness by 5% or decrease from 0 to 100. We also have our tier 4 emissions control. So this is where you can force regen. You can also see the current mode. We have trip information, which you can keep track of for mobile vehicles. So at this point, you can also reset your trip information if you start a new project. And service reminders. Here in the service reminders, we have a total of 6 different reminders that can be configured to the options that you would like. So let's take a look at how that's done. Click on Set Reminders, and here you can choose which reminder you would like to set. We're going to set reminder 1. So through here, if you click on the reset reminder, that's going to take all your values and reset them back to start. Here you can assign how many hours that you want it to count down from. When you do choose hours, it's going to pull up the number keypad, at which point you can just put in how many hours. So also on the label, you can assign whatever name you would like to. It pulls up a full working keyboard that you can type in, again, the custom label that you would like. So that's service reminders. Again, you have 6 different options or 6 different places that you can create service reminders for. So now let's take a look at our warnings and error messaging. This, again, when things don't always go the way that you want clear messaging. So you know that you need to look at something or some action needs to be taken. So what we have is we created a system where it will list out all the messages that have triggered for some reason. So you can scroll through that entire list if you need to. When you click on more information, it's going to give you a detailed message box. So with the message title and the actual description of the error. You also will have the ability to dismiss that particular error at that time. We have 2 options. Yellow is for just minor warnings or warnings in general. And then we also have red, which is for major errors and shutdown messages. We also have a gray color for those messages that have been looked at but haven't necessarily been cleared out. So one of the last things we kind of want to address here is the full keyboard that we implemented in the touch displays. Again, this full keyboard allows you to type in exactly what you're wanting more easily. There's support for both uppercase and lowercase, along with numbers and special characters. So that pretty much concludes just kind of this quick rundown and walkthrough of some of the key features from SmartCommand. At this point, I'm going to hand it off to Jessica to conclude our presentation.
Thank you, KP. When we say affordable, we mean it. To have a custom configuration done, it would be very costly and time-consuming. We are including this at no extra charge on all available displays. SmartCommand is currently available on the PV500 and PV700 touchscreens and also available on the PV485 and 780B. The PV1100 and PV1200 are to follow soon. We expect our software to cover the vast majority of applications, and we can help with the rest. In the instance there's something specific to your application, we can modify our standard SmartCommand to suit your needs for considerably smaller fee and a much shorter turnaround. In addition to the ease of display use, we provide a complete solution. Whereas this is a small representation of what we offer, we have included a few common items that are compatible with these displays. Kyle, do you have something you would like to add to the presentation?
I think I just wanted to bring up the setup wizard and point out that those 4 questions are pretty data driven. We took a lot of feedback from our support group and our customer base to really tailor those messages to get you up and running as quickly as possible and to minimize the amount you have to interact with individual settings in a menu. That really is a key to getting you guys going quicker. So.
Thank you very much. So if there's anything else anybody else needed to add, we would appreciate it. Otherwise, we thank you very much for joining us for this presentation. Jessica, is there anything else?
I just want to take a moment to thank both Kyle and KP, and I'd like to thank everyone for viewing this webinar. Once again, it will be available via email if you send us a request at sales@murcal.com, and it's also available at our website, murcal.com. If anyone has any further questions regarding SmartCommand or anything we talked about in this webinar, please feel free to reach out to us. Once again, sales@murcal.com. Thank you.